Without a ball, it's just a court. Without your spirit, it's only a game. So together with the fans, we bring our best.
Hennessy is excited to celebrate the intersection of basketball with art, music, and fashion. Each of these elements of culture represent ways that fans, players, supporters pay homage to the game, both on and off the court.
Hennessy and Mitchell and us have come together for the ultimate drop, a limited edition collection to mark their shared love for basketball culture and to celebrate Hennessy's continued partnership with the league.
The exclusive collection will have a limited drop available for both in retail and online, and will be featured on the Hennessy Arena Tour, making stops in
San Francisco, Saturday, March 9th, Dallas, Sunday, March 17th,
Atlanta, Saturday, March 30th.
Come see Club 520 podcast taped live in each city.
For your next pregame, let's share a twist on the classic, the Hennessy Margarita.
A squeeze of fresh lime juice
And a bit of agave syrup, top it off with some ice and a salted rim.
Mix it, shake it, pour it.
and enjoy the spirit of the NBA.
Hennessy, without your spirit, it's only a game. 21 and over only.
Please drink responsibly.
Subscribe to our YouTube, Club 520. We clowning on that mother.
Just hit the button.
God.
Don't ask more questions.
Subscribe.
All right, we back. Another episode of Club 520 Podcast. I'm the host. My name is DJ Wells. We got a special guest in the building, a legend in the building. To my left, we're going to introduce my man's last, but to my far left, we got my dog, Bishop B. Hen, out the Pearlies. How you what, Nasty?
How you what? Nasty. I'm good today, baby.
Oh, you got the hat.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Now, man, you done seen a lot of things.
Shout out to Melly.
Hey, shout out to Melly. Shout out to JM.
Got it in the mall, Mike.
Yeah.
Shout out to the merge gang.
Yeah, for
Shout out to
sure.
Big 8. To my right, my dog, Young Nacho, Young Teague. How you what, man?
I'm good, man. Hype, man. We got another legend in the building. Oh, man. He was with your Pacers.
Yes, sir. He
I had a
was.
chance to play for the Pacers. I ain't do what he did, but I got a chance to be on the team. But now I'm glad we got him in the building, man. I'm going to let you do the honors and introduce him.
Listen, man, anytime we can get a legend in the building, especially a Pacers legend in the building, you know what it is. We geeked about this. You've seen this man, champion, philanthropist, one of the first people to speak about how important it is for Black men to go to therapy, to have a release for their mental health, and to use his platform for other people to feel that type of relief that they needed. Got the dog, Metta World Peace, man. Appreciate the slide to 520, big dog.
Thanks for having me, man.
Man,
Yeah,
thank you,
yeah.
bro.
Thanks for having
That's probably that nigga best intro.
Yeah.
What that hat say?
How you what? Nasty.
That's fly. that's my first time hearing that.
Nah, that's
In that-
Naptown lingo.
I'm
man.
happy, but that's good you didn't hear it. You probably been someplace you didn't want to hear that at.
Oh,
But obviously, man, you a Pacers legend, being in the city. Before we even ask, like, how was it being in the city when the Pacers was like lit? Like, y'all was it. How was that feeling in the city? Because you always got a lot of love, especially for the way you played. Like, a lot of people don't understand how we embrace our players here. Like, if you come to Nap and you hoop, we rock with you forever.
I love Nap. You know, so the history with Nap is interesting because I grew up a Knicks fan. I actually grew up a Bulls fan. You know, Michael Jordan is like LeBron James. So I'm from New York, but hopped on the Bulls bandwagon. But definitely a Knicks guy. I love New York. But the crazy thing about the Pacers, I had my hood in Queens. We tied to the Pacers. Sean Green played for the Pacers. Vern Fleming.
Vern Fleming.
I walk, right same block. Vern Fleming. That's where he's from the hood, and we seen the Pacers uniform forever.
That flow
since
job.
we was young. Then I get to the Pacers, and then Vern Fleming is my coach.
Oh,
Yeah.
So it was just crazy being able, somebody I idolized is now passing the rock while we getting shots up. Now I never really seen him because he was older, but every day like, I just would think about, damn, Vern Fleming is passing me the ball in practice. And he's sitting right here, right here next to me on the bench. So, the Pacers is super special to us.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't really understand, but the Pacers is super special. And then when I came here, my whole family came here. Then obviously I left, and they just parked. We got about 30 family members here right now. When I left, it was maybe 10, but we popping babies out. The Artest, name and the Holmes, my other, my mom's last name. We got a couple other last names, but the bloodline is like, we love Naptown, we love Indiana, and we always will.
The lineage in Nap is crazy.
Hold on. Can we get a classic Vern story? Vern, our guy.
Yeah, that's good to hear. That's good to hear.
Nah, like that's our guy.
That's good
You know
to
what I'm
hear.
saying? You got a classic story that you can share with us that ain't too fed.
Yeah, man. I got the stories. I'm 44. I came here, I was 22.
Yeah.
So Vern's niece has a baby with my cousin. So that's one.
Y'all tapped
The
in.
real lineage.
That's one story.
Kept it in the family.
Yeah, and then his brother was nice. I don't know, his brother.
Yeah.
Nice.
For real.
Super nice. And then I played in local ball with Lou Gons, who coached Vern Fleming.
Okay.
Also, so it's like a lot of different. I don't have any other stories because like when he went to the league, a lot of people still, was still in the hood that he played with, but they were so much older than us.
Gotcha.
So those stories were over our head.
Yeah,
And he was
gotcha.
he was like a kind of a good guy, not getting in any trouble. So it wasn't a lot of stories out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't Vern go play ball. You never heard any crazy stories.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's fire. We gotta take it back though. We just had a little off mic conversation about the AAU days. You was part of one of the best AAU teams ever.
Whew,
Some say it's the best ever.
that's crazy.
It's up for
That's
debate
crazy.
though.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, for sure, it's up for debate. That's 100%. But to hear people say it,
Yeah.
it's wild because we felt like that, but people started to say it. Other people, even like the younger generation, I'm like, how did they even find out? But the team was sick. You had me and Eric Barkley picking up full court.
Yeah,
So we picking up 94 feet. Then you had Lamar Odom, who was 6'11" point guard at that time. In high school, Elton Brand, who was always the best. Lamar was always number 2. And then me, Eric, was always like tied for 3. And then we had a couple people that was not far behind.
Reggie Jesse came off the bench.
Yeah, Reggie Jesse,
my
man.
God, bro.
That's crazy.
That's the St. John's legend for sure.
That's incredible, man. Reggie Jesse
that's
was
a sleeper.
and I felt bad for him because he playing on our team and we all team ball players. So nobody had 20, nobody had 30.
Yeah.
Elton averaged 14. I averaged 12.8. So it was all about hustle. And Reggie, he's a team player. Lamar, you see Lamar?
Yeah.
Team player. I was the man on my team's here, but when I went to the Lakers, I had to play a role. I can play a role easy. That's easy.
Yeah.
4 or 5 shots, be effective. That's how we played. It wasn't about how many shots you miss. It was about just trying to win.
Yeah.
So I was never worried about field goal percentage, and that's how we all were. And we respected Elton as the best player on the team. And then guys like Reggie, he wouldn't play as much, so he could have went somewhere else.
Yeah.
But nobody was thinking about, if I play on this team, I'm not going to get scouted.
Yeah.
We was thinking about winning now, and so it was like, he sacrificed a lot.
Did y'all ever go up against Tim Thomas' squad?
Tim was a year older than us.
Okay.
We were younger. Tim gave us 40 one time.
Yeah.
For sure.
Was he really like that in high school?
Oh my goodness.
I mean, he was nice in the league.
And
But
he was pretty solid in the league too.
Tim
Did he
Thomas,
play the same
Bucks
way?
guy, busy.
He was nice. Played the same way. Played the
Same
same
way?
way. Played the same way.
Yeah, okay.
Nice.
Yeah, but he was older than us, but when he gave us 40, it was a tournament called Portchester.
Okay.
So Portchester, it was New York's at its finest. There was no fouls.
Yeah.
It was a high school tournament with no fouls.
That's crazy.
So it's the only tournament like this. No tournament. It's the only tournament like this. So you can literally, you on a fast break, they coming at your head. And this is everybody. It wasn't just me. This was like the league, and and then so in that tournament he had 40 in a small gym. That's when I knew he was the truth.
Y'all was playing above the rim tournament. It wasn't no refs.
It was one of my favorite. A lot of people don't know about Portchester, but it was one of my favorite.
I wouldn't have played that tournament. That sound like football.
If you was
started the Ron Artest lineage.
you was able to go 94 feet and not get no fouls called, you was in there going crazy.
That's slam ball.
Yeah, slam ball. Yeah, but yeah, exactly. It really was. It was high school too. Because the streets of New York was like tough playing in the streets, but it was like an organized tournament, and you wouldn't expect it.
Yeah.
To be that aggressive. But Tim had I remember one game he had 10 threes. I remember the game, and Tim was the truth for sure.
I had to ask about it, man. We can move on, but I had to, ask about it too.
I mean, speaking about like high school and around that time, is there anybody like New York is a basketball state? Is there anybody we like wouldn't know that was like super nice? Like you said, Elton and those guys. Is there anybody out from New York that was
so many
nice?
guys? So many guys. And when I came into the league, I will always shout out the guys that nobody heard about because I felt like I was obligated.
Yeah.
It was a guy named Mike Chatfield from my neighborhood, Mike Chatfield. I was 13. He beat me 32-2. He was tough. He later died on 2010 I had a name, his name inscribed in my head. It said Chatty. He died in a drug deal, but, it was players like that that, they didn't have the support. They didn't have the father figures and stuff. So they going other routes. but he stands out. And then other than some players just couldn't make it. Some players didn't have the street side, but they didn't have the guidance. You get a guy like Ali Mo. You probably heard of Ali Mo.
Yeah,
Hell yeah, the Black Widow. Rest in peace.
Best that one player ever.
Ali
all
Mo
about
was the
EBC.
truth.
Oh,
Elite.
Like,
EBC guy, bro.
well, legit. I played against Ali Mo plenty of times. 6'8", throwing behind the back passes, full court, on target, on time at 6'8". Like he was incredible. Yeah. Even though he was in the street playing street ball, I actually brought him to Indiana because he was going through a lot. He was trying to train. So I'm like, Ali Mo, if you want to play in the league, you got to work hard. So I brought him out to Indiana. He was in the Pacers gym. We working him out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I worked out Ali Mo. Actually, Chatty was in the Pacers. We was all out here one year. Everybody working, just working on our game, when we had access to the gym. But it was a lot of players, that I thought was nice, for sure.
Dang, Ali Mo could have been a pacer. Larry, we could have had bro off the bench as a backup one. We'd have been lit. Him and Jamal,
He had no cardio. He had no cardio at that time.
But that's a testament to him because a guy here from what we all know, Andre Owen, said the same thing about you, man. He said he used to have runs out in 10th and post, and you used to come up there and hoop with him, and you was like, man, you can play. And you called Larry and him up there to watch him work out, and he made the Pacers team because of that.
It was random because I respect Andre's work ethic. Even though he get all the foul calls.
Yeah, listen.
Come on.
To this day.
To this day?
To this day.
In the men's league, getting calls.
He still owe me some calls. you can't, you're not going to win a battle with Andre.
No.
You ain't winning no battle, man. I'd be like, man, your boy, then he gonna get mad. He gonna poke his chest out. Yeah. I ain't getting all this. You get no foul. You don't get your ball. But Andre's my guy. But he's tough. He was solid. And, I wanted to rock with him, honestly.
Yeah.
I felt like he's a dog. And I forgot that he was actually on that team, but I feel like he was a dog.
Nah, yeah, he said that, man. Shout out to you.
Definitely, man. Definitely. I love playing with dogs, man. I'm not gonna lie. Every practice that we was in, Indiana practices, it was intense.
Man, and that's the craziest part is like, obviously when you came to Indy and then the team they formed, like, that's the one time I was like, the Pacers might win a championship. Like I felt in our heart of hearts, we had a contending team. I don't get to say that often. You know what I'm saying? Years of heartbreak, I get it. But that time period, especially, I was like, we have everything we need to win the ship. I feel like we was the best team in the league.
Yeah, that's the best Pacers team ever.
Yeah, by far.
For sure.
Hold on.
Yeah, and no disrespect to the teams that went to the finals with J. Rose, Mark Jackson, and Reggie. They was saying
that because he here.
Nah, bro, it was different, bro. It was different.
Best,
we believed it.
Them pinstripes, bro. I mean, I love the flow, but them pinstripe jerseys, bro, they was different. Like, they knew what time it was with us.
Y'all had a bunch of two-way players.
Yeah, everybody was two-way.
Yeah.
Everybody was two-way. Jermaine could have won Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
I thought he should have won MVP. And I don't, KG, that's my dude. It's not to, slight him, but it's to give Jermaine his flowers.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because people forget that Jermaine he actually finised third. I thought he should have been MVP because he was the best on that team. We won 61 games.
That was nice.
We was 5-7 games ahead of everybody else. So, well, what does that mean? So I feel like Jermaine was getting slighted and so many. He's so professional. I brought him down a little bit when I left. When I could request the trades. He don't get the MVP and he's still resilient and still fly like he was until 22 years old.
Sure.
But we definitely had a lot of two-way players.
Yeah.
Now, I got to ask you, talked about just a little bit, but we'd love to hear it again if possible. Your legendary pickup game with MJ, man. How was that playing ball with the GOAT?
It was incredible. It was incredible because I'm from New York, so I pick up basketball is what we just take it serious. So that's all I know, is to work hard. So MJ, I idolize MJ. I got Defensive Player of the Year, and that's his number. That's 23. That ain't nothing but MJ, man. So,
yes, sir.
And then when I was 19, we had these open runs, and how we play open runs. Some Andre Owens, he would love these runs. MJ, the problem with MJ is when he get the ball, he gonna score. So that's where you mess up by letting him catch it. So every time he would catch it, he was scoring. So in my head, I'm just like, I can't let this dude touch the ball. So he was posting me up one time, and I was trying to deny, and they had referees in open runs. So as I was trying to deny him, as I was denying him, I just moved his arm out the way, and then as I moved the arm, I hit him with my right elbow, and it hit him in his ribs. And then, his ribs cracked his ribs. And then, so I seen him go like this, but I didn't think nothing of it. So I seen him holding it. So we go down, we miss a shot. MJ, give me the ball. MJ get the ball. He hold it, boom, come down, free throw line, game winner, and walk off the court. I'm like, damn, MJ, nice. And then the next day, I seen the media said Metta World Peace punched MJ.
Damn.
You know, it said Metta around our chest punched MJ and broke his ribs. So now I'm sick. I'm in Chicago. I can't leave the house. I'm not going to practices. It's summertime, but we still training. So and my agent called me. He like, where you at? I said, read the paper. I'm depressed. Yeah, this is my guy. And then MJ called me. And MJ, I was really depressed. He said, hey, it's all right, man. It's all right, young fella. Just on the phone. It's all right, young fella. It happens. You're going to be good. I know you didn't mean. I said, MJ, man, my bad, man. I was just playing hard. But those runs, it was intense.
I can believe it.
Yeah, it was intense. We was going hard. And MJ actually asked me to come back. You know, he was like, hey, I want you to come back. And I was young. And I was like, he was like, yeah, could you give me that work? But I was in my prime. And at 19, my defense was crazy the whole time. My offense wasn't there, so it wasn't highlighted. But my defense was like, you know, it was definitely elite at 19.
Oh, yeah, young. You was full of energy, wasn't tired?
Yeah, not tired. Don't get tired.
When did that offense click, though? Because you started killing.
20 PPG.
In the dub.
Yeah. When did that click for you? Like, all right, I know I can guard everybody. I'm locking everybody up, but I get buckets, too.
Well, you know, like, so when I was young, I wasn't able to score. At some point in time in high school, I was scoring the rock. I was hitting threes, all this stuff. I got to college. You know, for me, I want to win. So if we losing the game, I'm in hustle mode. I'm not thinking about offense. I'm thinking about running. I'm thinking about closing out. And so I don't have no legs for offense. So, you know, a lot of times in college, I'll have 11 points, 8 points, you know, maybe 15 points. For me, that's a great night for me.
Yeah.
When I got to the league, I was averaging 11, averaging 12. And then we losing. So I said I had to work on my game because I can't keep leaving this to chance. So every year I kept improving just in the gym, you know, 4 times a day in the gym, almost, you know, 5 to 7 hours every day, working on my game. And I just piling on. I just kept getting better. And then when I got Defensive Player of the Year, I was averaging 18. That next summer, I was in the gym every day. So then Larry Bird was coming down to the gym. And then Larry was working me every day. I said, I'm not about to miss out on this opportunity.
Yeah.
I'm in the gym every day. I didn't leave Indiana, you know? And then I was getting better every week, every 2 weeks. Game was getting crazy. And I came back, I was averaging 20 plus.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, before I got suspended, I was at 24 a game.
Going
And
crazy.
what happened was back then, you know, guys could hold you. So I had to figure out how to score off one dribble. So you'll see a lot in that year, you'll see jab, one dribble shot, one dribble right shot. You know, or one dribble layup. And I had to, you know, figure out a way to get people off me and get to the basket. And then Carlisle kept saying, you know, stop holding the ball. You're holding the ball too long.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what you mean I'm holding this? You know what you mean? So I said, all right, if he's saying I'm holding the ball too long, I'm going to get buckets before he can say you're holding the ball too long.
Yeah.
You know? So I said, when I would get the ball, cash.
One dribble, I suck.
And eventually he's just... One day he was in practice, he said...
No, you finessed that. You finessed that.
One day he's in practice, he was like, Ron, you're a unique scorer. You have the unique ability to drive middle and shoot. So that's okay. He solidified. He solidified it in practice one time. But it was just work, man. It was work.
Nah, you was the real two-way player, bro. I used to be like, how the fuck is he averaging 24 points and still playing the whole game on the defensive end? What the fuck is he taking? What is, where did that come from? Is that always how you've been, though? Like high energy, I mean, like able to play
always
the whole game like that?
But what's crazy was I had a heart murmur when I was 13 because I was playing all day one day. Had to go to the hospital because I was playing from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., right? So then had to go to the hospital. I caught pneumonia, but then I caught an issue in my valve in my lungs. So I get drafted. They missed the whole thing. Before I'm gonna sign my contract, Donnie Wall said, hey, you got blood leaking in your lungs. I said, what you mean? I go to the doctor. They say, we gotta open you up. I'm like, what? So they was gonna open my chest up. And I'm like, get this shit. I'm like, get it over with. So my agent, Mark Bartelstein, he's like, I'm not letting them open up your chest. I said, well, let's just get it over with, a year and a half. I'm like, we'll just do it, whatever. Then they said, nah, we're gonna go through your underarm. It'll be about 8 months. So all right, cool, get it over with. And then Mark said, nah, I'm not letting it go down. So then Mark was researching. They went through a artery in my thigh and they plugged up the hole in my heart. So this whole time, I'm working extra hard. And I'm like, damn, why am I always tired in the first quarter? Yeah. You know, I'm like, oh, I'm always tired. Meanwhile, I'm playing defense, exhausted every time.
Okay.
Man, when they did the surgery, the doctor said it took 40 minutes. I went from being out a year and a half to a 40-minute surgery. The doctor said, don't play basketball. I was in Chicago. I went to Chicago, surgery over. He said, don't do anything for a week. I drive right back to the gym, to Pacers. I go right to work, right? My heart starts pumping out my chest. So I call a trainer. No trainers is in. I called my doctor. I said, yo, doc, my heart is like something happened and it was pumping out my chest. He said, what are you doing? I said, I'm working out. He said, did I tell you to work out? So I took off like 2 weeks. And then I came back that next year. It was crazy. I had so much energy.
Bro.
Yeah, the blood, I was playing with blood in my lungs. I had this one coughed up some blood. It was natural. And then, ever since then, I was just like, the game became easier for me. It was crazy.
That's
crazy.
Crazy.
Wild.
You had to fight yourself just against them, and now
you motherfucker damn near died.
You got off the surgery table and said, all right, I'm back to play pickup next week.
I was in the gym.
He said, all right, just hurry up and get it over with.
You different, bro. I would have been like going through every step like But that shout out to you though. Your agent, a great agent.
Yeah, Mark
Balstein is a great agent. But like a lot of guys, they agent wouldn't have did all that. They wouldn't have took those steps to do that. Yeah. Obviously, he cared.
Yeah.
Even though I wasn't with him for a long time because I had other things I was going through, I should have never parted ways with Mark.
Yeah.
But I want to give him credit because without him, my check, they would open me up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And like you said, there's a lot of agents that would have just took that first opinion and altered life. That could have altered your whole career. Especially that time period. They're a little bit more lenient with players now developing, being out hurt.
Yeah.
A year back then was really like 2.5.
Yeah.
So that could have set your career all the way back.
Yeah, I was devastated because, I played so hard and it was just so many things going through my mind, and Mark was like, nah, we gonna find something else. Yeah. And he found somebody from overseas that lived in Chicago to do this special surgery. Incredible.
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro,
that's crazy.
Dope. That's dope.
Man, as a Louisville fan, it was so hard trying to get tickets to the Louisville-Kentucky game. I know it happens every year, but it's so hard to get tickets. It should not be that hard to get a ticket to support your team and be a true fan. And with Game Time, that problem is no longer an issue.
You shouldn't have to worry about buying tickets to your next big event.
Game Time is the fastest, easy way to get your tickets to the next big event, and the price is guaranteed.
So go ahead and take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. So download the Game Time app, make an account, use promo code Club520, and get $20 off.
Sign up, and while you at it, go ahead and use the promo code Club520 for $20 off your first purchase on the app.
Don't forget, use Club520 for the promo code. You get that $20 off.
Download Game Time today.
Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Who and what do you say, young players now? I know you still follow the league. Who are the young players you say remind you of you or that you favorite a lot?
Yeah, and I always answer this question with, I kind of reverse it. Who would I want to be like?
That's dope.
Because like my career, it would have been different if I was unstable. I was just playing off the talent I had, the hard work. I still got a lot of awards, but who I want to be like? Kawhi Leonard won.
I could definitely.
You know what I'm saying? I would love it to have been like him. And now I'm looking at this Maxey kid.
Tyrese?
Oh my goodness.
Nice.
He's both ways, huh?
Yeah, nice.
Oh, he is so nice. I like his game, but Kawhi Leonard is somebody I felt like that would have been my career.
I can definitely see that.
That's like
if it was a little more stable.
If he was your height, he'd be the best player in the fucking league.
Kawhi?
Nah.
Tyrese Maxey?
Tyrese.
Oh,
he is my height.
No, he's not.
Nah.
Tyrese only 6'2", bro.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maxey from Philly?
Yeah, bro.
He like my height. He like my height.
Tap in, Ron.
Yeah, he like be a little guy.
It make it even crazier
if
now.
If he was your size, and the fact that you compare yourself to him, is incredible, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, he ain't
That's
big
crazy.
as you thought, bro.
If
I thought he was 6'7".
Nah,
6'2",
Nah,
barely.
he
If
be
he was
the best player in
6'7",
the
boy,
league.
yeah.
Because somebody kept telling me I got to watch this kid.
Nah,
Because I watch a little bit. I don't watch a lot of basketball. I watch a little bit. You know, I watch more boxing. Honestly, I love boxing.
Right.
And somebody's like, you got to watch this kid. You got to watch this kid. And they've been telling me for years. Then when I watched, I'm like, damn. He's nice.
Nah, he like
I
that.
thought he was 6'7".
Nah, he not.
That's crazy that you thought he was that tall.
Yeah,
bro.
he think 6'2".
Nah, he like 6'2".
All right, well, we
He can
going
get
I'm
to
not,
it.
you know, that's, well, yeah, he not told. Kawhi,
Yeah,
I got to
Kawhi-
find another player.
Kawhi, that's definitely.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
That's
That's
a given
crazy.
right there.
That's
Yeah.
great. If Tyrese Maxey and Kyrie Irving, if they was both 6'5", the world would be in trouble.
Nah, yeah.
They'd be different.
Man, I gotta ask you about this. Obviously, you played for a couple different teams. What was your favorite city to play in?
My favorite city,
Outside of that.
outside of that, there's a lot of different variables. I played in LA. LA was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Chicago was pretty insane because MJ was there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they was behind us too, man. They was behind us. But I gotta say LA.
LA.
You know, LA. The energy in Indiana was crazy because when you came into that building, the fans knew somebody was getting locked up. It was a different, energy. Like, y'all good tonight. You know? Y'all, how y'all feel tonight? Don't worry too much. It was a different energy. So Napa's always gonna be in there, but I would say LA because you playing with Kobe and you playing for championships. I almost didn't even go to the Lakers. I was actually trying to come back to Naptown, actually.
Really?
100%.
like him.
Yeah.
I was trying to come back to Indiana. That was my first choice.
What
But it just
happened?
didn't work. The history. It was too much history.
Yeah.
Dude, you know, can I be trusted?
Yeah.
Can I be relied on, you know?
Yeah,
I wasn't a
facts.
reliable player.
Yeah.
So it put me in a bad spot.
Yeah. See, my favorite version of you as your career went, I love when you was in Houston. Boy came with the mohawk.
Yes, sir.
You was getting buckets.
Yeah,
That's
Houston
when I
was
was
crazy.
like, damn, he really get buckets.
Was you
Like-
still rapping?
I was still rapping. I was rapping. I did 4 albums my last year that nobody heard. I put on iTunes. I did 4 albums my last season.
Look at the SoundCloud. We gotta find it.
No, but I took it off. I took it off. Yeah. It was just quick 16 songs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Knock them out, another 16. But, you know, that was just like fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. I'm from Queensbridge is like Nas is
Yeah.
right there. Mobb Deep right here.
my
Opponent Noriega.
Huh?
My favorite
Who,
rapper,
Nas?
Nas.
Yeah,
They
Nas is
give,
my
me,
rapper.
they give me problems about liking Nas. They say I gotta grow
Well,
up.
all right, we jump all over the place on this.
It's all
pod.
good.
Excuse us, bro.
Yeah, man,
But-
we in the building.
Who's in your, not, you don't have to rank them or nothing, but who's your favorite 3 rappers from NY?
Favorite 3 rappers, I would say Nas,
Yeah.
Big L,
There you
Yeah.
go. R.I.P.
Pun.
Pun. Ooh. I love Pun too. He had bars.
And that's, you know, it could change, but, you know, Pun is incredible.
Yeah.
Obviously, Jay-Z is incredible. You know, but yes.
What was you warming up to in them games, man?
To him.
Yeah, I was doing that a little bit.
Oh, you was your own music?
At some
That's how
point
you
in
was locking
time.
niggas up.
At some point in
That's like a
time.
nigga having a picture of himself on his home screen. Like,
I was guilty of that.
Oh, you had no son to go home?
Oh, what not?
Oh, that's nasty. Hey, I ain't gonna hold you. Hey, you had one of the hardest songs on 2K. When you loaded up 2K, that
Yeah.
moment of silence for the champion, that was that shit.
Yeah, that was my most successful record. The other ones was duds. But it was Eminem a little
Okay.
bit. It was Mobb Deep.
Out the gate.
It was Mary J. Blige a lot. SWV. So I was R&B. I love R&B. But that's something in Indiana. I had to stop listening to Mobb Deep and Eminem before games
He was
because
too turned.
yeah, man, I'm too turned.
Yeah.
I'm listening to Eminem, some shady, bring K like Jim Brady. Like, yeah, let's go. Like, that's
crazy.
yeah.
Look, I'm saying, that's
Yo.
what, I coach high school. I had to tell my kids they couldn't listen to NBA Youngboy because they be too hype. We listened to Sade before the game. I said, y'all gotta calm down.
That's
Yeah.
why y'all said.
You can't turn on the shot before that.
Bro, bro, they be too hype. They be too hype.
I had to stop listening to rap. I stopped listening to rap before game 2005. No more, it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too much. I started listening to just other type of music. R&B or like jazz or something like that. I was listening to some jazz like when I got later in my career.
Smooth it
For
down.
sure.
Nah, but how was it once you got to LA, man? How was that? Like, did Kobe make a phone call like, "Hey, my boy, I need you, slide," or?
It was crazy because so I was in Houston and I ain't gonna talk about things that was promised.
We ain't fed on here, bro.
You know how that be going. I don't even want to talk about it, but I had a great season. So actually in Houston, I wanted to stay in Houston. I came out. I thought I was gonna play. T-Mac I was playing 2 minutes a game, 5 minutes a game, 8 minutes. So I said, "Damn, contract, yeah, I'm sick. I'm in my prime, 28. Yeah. I'm sick. I'm like, all right, my career is pretty much over. I'm gonna deal with it. Cheering on the bench. You know, I thought I should. Shane Battier was playing. T-Mac get hurt. Then I start playing. My average go from 5 to 17. You know, being one of now I'm the featured guy of the team. So we get to the playoffs. We take the team out the first round for the first time in 12 years. Since Akeem was there. You know, next Brandon Roy, nice.
B. Roy, nice. One of my favorite players of all time.
Yo, B. Roy was.
You got a classic interview talking about him too.
He nice.
Said no flaws in this game.
Nice, yo.
He was that nice?
Ooh. Roy was nice.
Can I ask you a
question?
Like
Wade nice.
So me and Jamal Crawford, one of my good guys, he's a good dude. Me and him used to battle about him and Joe Johnson. Who was better?
Out of Jamal and Joe?
Yeah.
Out of B. Roy and Joe?
Yeah.
B. Roy?
It's not even close?
Nah. I love Joe. B. Roy was nice.
Joe was nice. Easy. It's not that easy.
I'm just saying, like, as I was.
I mean, he guard both of them.
And I gotta respect it because you are who you are. Yeah.
No, Roy was tougher than, you know, he had that knee surgery. He gave me 40. Nobody gave me 40. You know, the 40 was in my face.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? And I was baffled. I'm like, here I am in my prime. You know, I'm in his ass and all that. And he just go right, fade.
Like,
that was crazy, bro.
He's nice.
That was crazy. Well, yeah, pause. But
ooh, that was a pause. Rewind. Damn.
I was trying to let that ride, but that was insane, man.
They had let the first one ride, but the second one was crazy.
Yo, I gotta get on my P's and Q's.
You was like, and I was in his ass. I was like, there's so much other hoop shit we can talk about, but that one is crazy.
That's good.
But
I just caught on. That was crazy, man. Hey, Dane Dash, Cam, I apologize.
No. But I can respect that because you definitely guarded all the best players in the league, so your word goes a long way.
Nah, he was nice. I got him up out of there early. We put him out as, you know, in the we played them in the first round.
Yeah.
Got him up out of there in the first. You know, we was a 6 seed. They was a 3. So we got them up out of there. And then the next year, the next round, I was averaging 25. I was playing really well. So I thought I was gonna go back to Houston. And then I said, all right, since I'm not going back to Houston because they didn't offer, we don't want to get into that. Then I wanted to come back to Naptown.
Yeah.
I never thought about going. The Lakers just beat us, so I'm super competitive. You know, King James. I would have went to Cleveland, but I'm super competitive. I want to play against all these dudes, so I ain't go to Cleveland because of that. Not because I love King James. And then when Indiana turned me down, then I called Detroit. I want to go to Detroit because I'm all about the story. I'm like, damn, that should be dope if I can win a title here. All right, cool. I can't win a title in Indiana. That should be dope if I can win a title in Detroit. But then Detroit was like, you know, nah, too much has happened.
I was gonna say, I would love to hear how that phone call went.
Well, I told my agent, and my agent was like, nah, we don't. I'm
a lot
like,
of history.
Yeah, a lot of history there.
That's a lot
Too soon, baby.
I want to get into. I like to go into the fire. I like to go into the lion's den. You know, I love being in the mouth for the lion. You know, so when that didn't happen, I didn't even want to go to the league. I tried to go to Greece because I'm like, there's nobody I want to play with. Well, real talk. My agent was David Bellman, so I said, Dave, I'm not gonna go to, you know, Indiana. Or the Knicks was like, you know, the Knicks wasn't an option because Then Donnie Walsh was with the Knicks.
Okay.
He was my GM here.
Yeah.
I tried to go to the Knicks, but that was like, it was just too much history there.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, all right, cool, I'm just gonna go to Greece. Because I always wanted to go to Europe and just ball out in my prime. But then I get a call from the Lakers, midnight. And my agent said, yo, the Lakers, they want to talk to you. And I was like, for what? They just beat us, man. What do they want to talk about? They want you to join their team. I'm like, I called my family, met with Dr. Buss the next morning, and that was it.
Champion.
That was it. All I said.
I've been watching Winning Time, man, and just to see how he ran the organization. So I can imagine how, like you said, it was such a smooth transaction. You went from, I ain't going nowhere, to Dr. Buss called us up. He was that good. Like,
Incredible.
He was that good.
He's a hands-off, you got a lot of hands-off owner. He's never, you can't go to Dr. Buss and say, oh, I'm upset because I ain't playing.
Mm-hmm.
He can say, you got to talk to the coach. Well, you can talk to him. So you feel like you're a part of the organization.
Yeah.
You feel like you really in tune with the owner. He's incredible. He's incredible. R.I.P. Dr. Buss.
Absolutely.
Sure.
But that championship run y'all had, like, y'all have that series against the Celtics is still one of the best NBA finals ever, man.
Yeah, it was wild.
How was it like playing, like you say, you playing with Kobe in that environment, in the trenches? How was that feeling? Like, was that probably your favorite like basketball series you ever played in, one of the best of them?
Well, me personally, when I was in Houston, I was in my prime in Houston, but when I got to the Lakers the next year, I was still, you can't get worse in your prime in 4 months.
Yeah.
So I was really, but you playing with Kobe, so I had to change my whole mindset.
Mm-hmm.
I actually asked for a trade that year because I just couldn't get off. And then I met with Dr. Buss. He was like, hey, we're just trying to win. And I said, okay, role player time. That was a tough adjustment.
Yeah.
So when I got to the point where I accepted the role, I started to excel in a role. And it's hard being a volume shooter, then going down to 5 shots, maybe 8, missing shots. You 0 for 4 one game. I feel like 0 for 20.
20 for fact.
I feel like
they
0
be
for
open
20.
too. Don't miss the open ones.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
So then I had to get comfortable with being a role player and almost being a bad player, and so from that perspective, it was a hell of a run. Kobe was incredible. And what was the first part of the question? My bad. I was kind of ranting.
No, you good. I was just saying, like, that environment, like, how was it? Because, like, we all watched that as fans, like, still, like, that was one of the best series ever.
Nah, it was crazy. So playing against the Celtics, me and Paul got history from Indiana Pacers.
Mm-hmm.
So when we was, with the Lakers Pacers, with the Lakers and Celtics, it was tough. It was like a mirror. It was two very identical teams.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We win game 1, they come back and win. We go to their place, get the first win. It's back 2-1 our favor. We had home court. They won the next 2. In game 5, Kobe scored 25 straight points. And I'm just in awe. We in the finals, and I'm just like, for about 4 or 5 possessions, I'm just like, this dude is incredible in my head.
Yeah.
I'm not even focused on the game. I'm like, this is incredible. This dude got all our points. I'm trying to win a title, and he's doing it without our help. We was playing defense, but he's pretty much doing it all himself. We lose the game. And then we was down 3-2. And then Phil Jackson came to me and was like, I need you to get buckets. He said, I need you to score. And I was like, really? I did not expect to hear that. My mindset was just work.
Yeah.
I came out, I had 4 points in the prior game, 4, then 2. Then in game 6, I get 18. Then game 7, I get 20.
Yeah.
So I was like, he gave me that extra confidence, to put the ball in the basket. Yeah. I'm like, I've been waiting for you to tell me.
Yeah, you been holding me back.
Yeah, but it was an incredible run.
You really kept your jersey on that whole day?
Oh my goodness. It was crazy. I won my first title. I was involved.
Mm-hmm.
It was a different feeling because I'm like, oh my goodness, I had a big game.
Yeah,
It's like, so everything was complete. I had a great individual career. I got a defensive player of the year. I was trying to get MVP. That didn't happen. Now I got my title. I've been an all-star once, so I'm happy. I'm content.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, damn. I just think I kept my finger tape on. I didn't want to take nothing off.
Damn.
I went out, we partied too. I went out everywhere. I went to like 7 different clubs. I ended up in the studio with Dre. performing recording Champions Part 2, blowing it down. That was the end of my night. It was wild. Then I gave Chris Brown my jersey because I was just so excited.
Yeah.
And then I was super excited, and Chris Brown was there. He was like, yo, let me get that jersey. And I was like, damn, you really want my jersey?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, you can have it.
You wish you had that shit back now, though.
Nah, well, I was like, just don't lose it. It was just like, you know what I mean? Just don't lose it. Like, this is important to me.
Yeah, facts.
I signed it, and to this day, somebody went to his house, and he still got the jersey.
Oh, well, that's dope.
I respect that. Like,
yeah, that's dope.
yeah, man, I was just so happy that, you know, that jersey, it meant something to me, and for somebody like him in his prime,
Yeah.
to ask for it, I'm like, hell yeah.
Nah, that's love, bro. That's love.
Yeah,
Is
man,
Paul
right.
Pierce up there in like one of your top matchups though? He in your top 5 so far as opponents?
Yeah, Paul weathered the storm because he could have folded. He could have folded the amount of pressure I was putting on him.
Yeah.
Every minute, every game. He could, but he never he never folded. You know, he had great games against me, and I had great defensive games against him, you know, and offensive games also. So he's definitely one of my toughest opponents.
Yeah, Paul Pierce can hoop.
No,
For sure. He can hoop.
He's tough. He's clutch.
You held one of my favorite players under 10 points before too. I was a little upset.
Which one?
Melo, man. Carmelo.
I love Melo. Melo's tough.
Yeah.
Melo. I love Melo. I had to give 100% against Melo. I couldn't take a breather. So if you go out to the club against me, like you asking to not score. You can't go out.
Yeah.
So I don't know what he was doing on some of those nights. You know.
Oh, Melo was outside.
I'm gonna say, wait, what team was you on when you
Pacers, man. He was on the Pacers when this happened.
Well, one time, you know, Melo, I thought that obviously he's a great player. I thought he could have worked a little harder to get in shape. He did at the end of his career. If you notice, at the end of his career, he was hustling.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought if he would have put that in the beginning of his career, he would have been a different player. But he was just scoring the ball so easy, which, you know, it made it easier for me. You know, a guy like LeBron, I wasn't ready for that. He's in shape. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's in shape, could play. So if you was out of shape a little bit, you know, it was going to be hard.
Nah.
And that's crazy because one of his first games in the league was against the Pacers. How was that? Like the first time you got to see play against them in person?
He gave me 25. I remember the day clearly. 25 was a lot. 25 in my prime, that was like 38, 40. And when he did that, I was like, this kid nobody was scoring 25. You know what I mean? I was like, wow.
To go in a game and telling somebody that average 25 that they not getting 25, you really guard.
Nah, he was like that, bro.
Yeah, he was like that,
bro.
As we know.
Yeah, facts.
He's one of the people even we started to see it now with Steph. Like he's getting a celebration now, but it's like we gonna really miss Bron. Like we put so much pressure on him, and he overcame all that stuff. But it's just like y'all don't know. Like he came into the league and has dominated ever since. We've not seen somebody step into the league and dominate all the way through.
All the way through.
Who was an underrated player? Who was an underrated player that probably Asia spoke on, and people know that gave you buckets that you secretly?
Yeah,
like,
it's true. That's true. It's true. It's people that can say, I scored on you a lot too.
Yeah,
but they wasn't superstars.
Yeah.
You know, I would say some people out of my position, like a guy like Jamal Crawford, not really in my position. I'm 260. You know, but I did have to guard him sometime. You know,
How was that?
That was tough. That was tough because he going this way. That's my 260 shifting this way. His 190 is shifting the other way. That's not easy. I got to shift.
He got the ball in the string too.
Yeah. That was the real EBC.
With a jumper.
Yeah, facts.
So he was always tough. You know, Rip Hamilton, but even low level guys like there's guys like Vashawn Leonard. I don't know if you remember Vashawn.
Hell yeah, no Vashawn Leonard. Stupid clip.
We tapped in.
You know what I mean? Like guys like that.
Yeah.
Nice little bump, fade.
Nah, he was nice.
Okay.
He could definitely shoot that
For
thing.
sure. Glenn Robinson.
Big dog.
Big dog was nice.
Come on, bro. Yeah, he definitely nice. He Indiana.
Big dog was nice.
But I got a story. We was playing against you. You was on the Knicks. You were a little older at this time. And I remember I got the ball in the isolation. I had you in the ISO situation. And I waved somebody off. And you said, what the fuck? I didn't say anything. You was older, but I went by you and laid it in.
Oh, yeah,
He said, "What's the game?" I was like,
that's
"Oh
when,
shit."
when I was with the Knicks?
You was with the Knicks.
Oh,
I was in
yeah.
Atlanta, and you subbed
Oh,
in. You was
yeah.
a little older. Yeah.
Nigga said, watch out.
I was like, Kyle was on the wing. He came and cut, and I was like, watch out.
yeah.
He said, what the fuck?
Rightfully so.
And I was like, oh. I got nervous for a second, and I went by him, and I kind of did a little layup, and then he kind of like started laughing. I was like,
Nah, because I was still competing.
yeah.
I didn't have it. Like I ended my career without. I was with the Lakers playing against the Spurs. I had meniscus surgery, right?
Yeah.
So I was supposed to be out 6 weeks. I came back in 5 days.
Oh.
Right? So I go back in 5 days off meniscus surgery because it was our last season. Steve Nash was there. Dwight Howard was there.
Oh, okay.
Kobe just got hurt and passed, so I knew it was over. And we just limped into the playoffs. And I was like, this is for sure the last time this group is gonna be together. So I'm trying to play. We're gonna try to win it. My mindset is always winning it. Now, it wasn't gonna happen. Spurs swept us. But I wish I would have never did that. That pretty much ended my career. So when I got to New York, it was an honor. I was so happy to be in New York.
Mm-hmm.
So in my mind, we're gonna try to win it. I'm talking myself into I'm locking people up, but I didn't. That's what you heard.
Yeah.
You heard somebody that was trying to talk himself into it.
What the fuck?
But I didn't have it.
It was kind of bogus. I was like, watch out. I was like, damn, I'm tripping. He about to either foul me or he about to block the shit out this shot.
He's about to go back to the league with no foul.
Yeah, he started laughing though. That's what made it cool.
I remember I was playing against Jeremy Grant. It's two brothers, right? It's two of them, no?
Yeah, Jeremy, yep.
From Philly. He was in Philly. That's Jeremy.
Yeah, Jeremy, yeah.
I went up for a layup. I was into my career. He just punched it. I'm like, damn, my shit is over.
That was that moment.
I remember laughing like, yo, I can't do it. I got the rebound. I'm right here. All I got to do is lay it up.
Yeah.
He jumped. Get that out of here. I'm like, damn, my shit over.
But that's a real realization, like you said, like, especially for athletes, like, y'all been hooping your whole life. That's your job. So then when you get to that point, you kind of like, all right, I got to start thinking about what's next. Like, even for you, you was just like, all right, I ain't about to be no vet on the bench. I got to figure out what's next.
Yeah, for sure.
How is that, like Mitch, like you said, like, as far as talking about your mental health and stuff like that, people don't understand, like, and I've learned being around him a lot more and talking to other people is, like, as an athlete, that is your job, but those jobs typically retire at 30. What do you do next? And a lot of people have a hard time even getting to that question.
It's true. It was tough for me, too. I remember, my last game in Staples Center, I had 18 in the second half. I wasn't playing all season, but I would play one-on-one against Jamal, Brandon. I was just trying to stay ready, right? So I was mentoring because I was working them out. I was training Julius. So I was working them out. But when we was playing, I was competing. So I'm like, yo, Brandon, let's get this one-on-one. D-Lo, let's get this one-on-one. Julius, let's get this one-on-one. So I was trying to stay ready. So then my last game in Staples Center, I'm playing a lot. I knew I was done. I kind of figured that this is going to be my last year. I scored 0 in the first half. I get 18 in the second half. So now we in Golden State. So I'm like, I just had 18 in the second half. And I felt, I was still good. I was still all right. So I'm like, I'm gonna get 15 tonight for sure. So then coach don't play me. It's my last game.
Hating.
That's crazy.
This is my last game. Yeah. I'm like, I played like maybe 10 minutes. I'm like, no way. So I walk off the court. I ain't say nothing to the players, Steph, Andre. I was just heated. So I walk off the court, stayed silent. But I'm going just replaying my career in my head.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful. I'm reminiscing. I'm like, woulda, shoulda. It was like so much. Yeah. Replaying it. Did have a great time on a plane ride home, though. That was my last plane ride. Yeah. So we got twisted. 45 minutes, baby. Whew. We got twisted in 45 minutes, me and Nick Young. So the rookies, me and my guy Swaggy, right? So, they gave me one of the greatest, plane rides home. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I was just like, all the rookies is there. They've been really cool. I wake up the next day, and I'm just super depressed. Because I'm like, damn, what I'm going to do? I know this is over, right? Yeah. And then the next day, I applied for school, man. I applied for school at UCLA. I was just replaying everything in my head, and I like to make decisions quick. I don't like to have time to waste. So I was like, all right, I replayed everything. All right, we out here. And that was tough. Even though it's what I'm doing to this day, 7 years, 8 years later, you know, I went back to school for digital analytics, business analytics, coding, all the stuff that where sports can affect the outcome of success. You know, but it was about 4 years, you know, where I was like, damn, this is tough. Like I'm really I'm not playing defense. You know, I mastered defense, but how am I gonna master something else? When so many people tell you can't.
Yeah.
You know, but I believe that if you put your mind as an athlete, if you put your mind to something, you know, you don't have to be in a box.
Yeah.
You know, just because you're not balling, you know, you're walking like a ball player, you might not be walking like a ball player anymore, but you got something else you bring to the table.
Yep.
You know, you're good because your passion. You could have put your passion anywhere.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So when I said, okay, I'm gonna downsize my life, you know, I'm not gonna. I don't want to be in the limelight. I'm gonna be content. I'm a strictly. So that was my personal journey, you know. And everybody got different journeys. Some people commentating, some people coaching, but those options not available for everybody.
Absolutely not.
You know, it's not available for everybody. So I didn't want to leave that to chance. So I was an architect major coming out of college, which people don't know, but
damn,
you know. So my first major was architecture. I had letters from Princeton, but I was also going through a lot. You know what I mean? So I was like, my mind was clouded. But when I said, damn, I was an architect, man. I said, I could do anything I want to do. And when I thought about it, that's I said, I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to be comfortable. So I went back to school and just did what I had to do.
Good shit.
For sure.
Like you said, that passion, like we got so many black entrepreneurs that don't come from traditional backgrounds, but the things that they went through, that adversity, it's easy to put it somewhere else because you've already went through so much. Like, now this is kind of easy. I get to just use what I already got to do what I want to do.
100%.
Absolutely, man. We appreciate you sliding, man. Please tell the people what you got going on, man.
Yo, man, thanks for having me. You know,
thanks for being here, bro.
For sure,
Legend,
man.
bro.
We loved it.
When they told me Naptown Finest was inviting me in Naptown, I'm like, yo, I was just saying, like,
appreciate you,
thanks,
G.
man.
For
Appreciate
sure,
you.
man.
Love, bro.
I was like, you know, my family's here, so it's definitely great to be here. We love Indiana. But yeah, so basically, I'm just like raising the family. I'm coaching girls as if I'm a volunteer coach at Cal State LA.
Okay.
So I've been doing that I've been coaching girls for 9 years. I was coaching while I was in the NBA. After practice, I was going to coach my girls with the same coach. In the last 5 years, we've been at Cal State LA coaching women's basketball. Last year, we went to the NCAA tournament.
Okay.
For the first time in 12 years, they've been there.
Salute.
And this year, they had us ranked #1. We had a rough start, but it's just incredible. It's my favorite thing I'm doing, you know, right now. But the business is, you know, I'm building my business, which is like, you know, I have to do that. But, you know, coaching women's basketball is great. And, you know, building my agency is great and different things like that. But other than that, I just want to say thanks for having me.
Man,
we appreciate you though.
Hey, I love seeing you back doing stuff with the Pacers because we need that 23 up. We gotta keep it real. You one of the most important Pacer players to ever walk through them doors.
Well, I told the Pacers I want to see them win a title. We have a different history that a lot of people don't hear the conversations that between the individuals. You know, because it was just a lot of wounds that was open that's being healed.
Yeah.
You know, from the fans and the executives. But from that perspective, seeing a ring come here in Indiana
would mean the world.
That's what I want to see. Even though I'm definitely Laker for life, love New York. Definitely want to see New York win one day too. But you know, that one coming here, when it come, I'm gonna feel like it's mine.
Facts.
And all the players feel the same way. Jermaine, everybody. When that ring come here, we gonna be just as proud as if, and we can't wait because we knew we had the opportunity to bring it to the city. You know, and we feel like that was our fault. That was our bad. Yeah. You know, Reggie don't got a ring. You know, that was our bad. So we just can't wait till this team just keep building. So, you know, we support the Pacers all day.
Love the game. We appreciate you, man. Like, share, subscribe, all that good shit. We'll be back next week. Club 520.